St. Mary's Legion Post 323, veterans working for veterans and the future of our country. The St. Mary's Legion Post 323 supports veterans programs such as Gifts for Yanks, Support the Troops, Comfort Warriors, Blood Donor, POW MIA programs, as well as children and youth programs. The St. Mary's Legion Post 323 also donates thousands of dollars each year to local summer programs such as Boys State, Girls State, Scholarships in Education, Boy Scouts, Oratorical, and Shooting Sports. St. Mary's Legion Post 323, remembering the past, living the present, and working for the future.
Well, hello everyone, and we welcome you to Grand Lake Health Systems Court. I'm Joe Hurlbert alongside Kelly and Derek J. As tonight we bring you a Western Buckeye League encounter, girls style, as the St. Mary's Lady Riders host the Kenton Lady Wildcats, and the St. Mary's Lady Rough Riders come in with a record of 12-6 overall, 5-1 in the Western Buckeye League. They find themselves in second behind the OG Lady Titans. And Kenton comes in 7-10 overall, 3-3 in the Western Buckeye League. So we kind of looked over a little bit of the roster. Let's talk a little bit about Kenton. Kenton has struggled a little bit. 7-10 is their record. Their last game they lost to Upper Sandusky 61-51, but Jay Bosselman has some good size. It could pose some problems for the Lady Riders.
Yeah, you look at their starting lineups, Joe, and they're running a 6'2", a 6 foot, and then 5'6", 5'7". So, you know, they're bringing some good size, and then they bring another 5'10" with Sadie Larrabee off the bench. So that's something that the Riders have struggled with all year long, giving up offensive boards to the opposing teams. And so obviously that's going to have to be a point of emphasis tonight.
For the St. Mary's Lady Rough Riders, a special night for two Lady Rough Rider seniors, as tonight is senior night. They were recognized just moments ago, and we will have that ceremony for you at halftime of tonight's ball game. But the Lady Riders, as I mentioned, 12-6 overall, 5-1 in the Western Buckeye League, and you and Derek did the game against Minster, in a game which they won 23-19, and I don't know, sometimes you win, sometimes you win ugly, and
wow.
but a win's a win.
Yeah, we talked about defensive coaches being happy with, you know, that low-scoring game, but boy, you need to have some offense somewhere. Somebody's got to score, and so yeah, that was a tough one for both teams. There seemed to be a lid on the basket at both ends of the court.
Well, of course. Go ahead.
Well, and we were kind of talking off air before the game. We're like, you know, you look at the stats, and it's going to be the first team to get 35. And then at halftime, Derek said it might be the first team to get 25. And then when we finished the game, we looked at it and got nobody got to 25.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Well, for the Lady Riders, of course, they are led by their two seniors, Morgan Hesse, a 5'11 senior, and Cora Rabel, 5'7 senior. And, of course, they've done a lot for this program. They've played extremely well, very consistent throughout the course of the season, and obviously there's still a couple of games left after tonight. This is the last home game, but the Riders will finish on the road against St. Henry, Elida, and Bath. But nonetheless, overall, the Rough Riders, other than the game at Minster, have been playing very well.
Right, and really, you look at the two seniors, and they have been the focal point of the offense and the defense, really. Cora Rabel doing the bulk of the ball handling for the blue and gold, and we've talked for numerous games about she is the one that initiates the action in the offense. She's the one that slashes. She's the one that creates. And then Morgan Hesse is the inside presence that they really don't have a ton of size, and so they really need her to step up and be an inside force.
Absolutely. Right now they're lowering the flag here at Grand Lake Health Systems Court. We're going to step away for the playing of the national anthem. We're going to come back. We'll have the introduction of players and the tip-off of tonight's contest when we come back right after this.
Albert Sporting Goods is here to outfit your team, both on and off the field. Since 1980, Albert Sporting Goods has serviced schools, clubs, and businesses throughout Ohio. For all of your uniform, spirit wear, and equipment needs, make it Albert Sporting Goods. Order online now at albertsportinggoods.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Providing insurance services since 1953, the R.J. Burke Insurance Agency is here to help with your home, auto, business, and life insurance needs. Being an independent insurance agency representing many fine companies and located at 121 North Wayne Street in St. Mary's, contact Joe Burke or Dan Burke for a no-obligation quote today. Providing insurance services.
Grand Lake Health Systems Court. Joe Hurlbert alongside Kelly and Derek J. Let's talk a little bit more, Kelly, if you will, about the St. Mary's Rough Riders. Yeah, we talked about Morgan Hesse and Cora Rabel. Of course, the other two starters will be Ella Jacobs, Reagan Allmeyer, and Reese Rabel. And, of course, they've played consistent basketball throughout the season as well. And, you know, and Ella is a junior. We've seen her play since she's a freshman. And seems like each and every year she is getting a little bit better, a little bit more confident. And I'll tell you what, she's not afraid to go in under the boards and mix it up.
Right, she's kind of the quickness, uses her quickness and her jumping ability to compensate for her sort of lack of size to be battling amongst the bigs inside. But against Shawnee a week ago in WBL action, she pulled down a double-double with 10 points and 11 rebounds. And, you know, again, pretty spectacular considering she's not an overwhelmingly tall person inside. So she's been a pleasant surprise of late, both offensively and been consistent defensively along the way. Reagan Allmeyer starting to shoot the ball a little better from the perimeter, so those are good things. And Reese Rabel is always a consistent threat from the perimeter for the blue and gold.
And of course, when you look at the Riders, you also have to look at their depth off the bench. Sierra Graber, Ashley Nuss, Cadence Hirschfeld comes in and gives the Rough Riders good, consistent minutes.
Right. Being able to put in some people and keep that defensive pressure on the other team has been a luxury that Coach Burke has had all year long.
And having Sierra Graber around is especially important, I think, because the Riders really lack size, and, you know, like against Minster, they gave up 11 offensive rebounds. So being able to bring in Graber off the bench, especially when Morgan Hesse sometimes runs into foul trouble, having somebody that's physical and has some quickness able to go in there and grab some rebounds is very valuable, especially for the Riders.
She's shown the ability to really get her hands on a lot of balls defensively and then get some offensive boards as well. So, yeah, it's nice to be able to bring her off the bench and get quality minutes from her.
And as I mentioned, the Rough Riders only have 2 graduating seniors on their roster. They have 5 juniors and 3 sophomores on the roster. And, of course, 5 juniors returning gives them a pretty good nucleus for next year as well.
If you look at the Rough Riders scores, basically they need to get out of the 30s most games to be competitive. You look at their losses, throw out the OG loss, but you look at their other losses, and they're just not putting points on the boards. Against New Bremen, they scored 37 and lost. Against Miami, 28 and lost. Against Bryan, 35 and lost. Marion Local, 35 and lost. And that's just not a lot of points, and so it is important for them to be able to come out here tonight and get some offensive production out of everyone.
So what you're saying is their win over Minster with 23 points is rare.
Yes, it was a rare for both teams, I'm sure. Last year's game was not like that at all against Kenton. Last year's game was kind of high scoring, with St. Mary's coming out with a 60-46 victory last year. Now, of course, a lot of the key players from both teams are no longer here. For St. Mary's, we know we lost the Daringer-Ruane combo. For Kenton, Lauren Bartlett hit 4 threes on the night for 12 points. So, yeah, we're looking at a new cast of characters, and we'll see who can step forward this evening.
Morgan Hesse will jump center against Tatum Miller as the official steps to midcourt, tosses up the ball, and the ball is controlled by the Lady Wildcats of Kenton.
On the Laura Yelton State Farm tip-off. And, boy, we just talked about that right away, getting 3 shots on the first possession against the Riders.
So the Rough Riders have it. They're coming the other direction. Cora Rabel with the basketball. Kenton jumps out into a 2-3 zone. Reese to Cora. Reagan Allmeyer.
Tatum Miller is a very large inside presence. 6'2", she's a nice-sized girl in there.
Nice dish from Hesse to Jacob. She missed the easy shot, so the ball comes back into the hands of Kenton. And they save it from going over and back. Drop it down low, Tatum Miller. We've got a whistle and a foul on the floor.
Morgan Hesse's got her hands full down there with Tatum Miller, and leaning on her pretty strong. Probably needs to do a better job of getting around her a little higher rather than behind.
First free throw by Miller, no good. She'll get another.
Tatum Miller comes in the game averaging 11.3 points per game as the leading scorer for the Wildcats.
Second free throw, no good. Hesse comes down with a rebound. Rough Riders are coming the other direction. Allmeyer. Reese Rabel. Back to Allmeyer. Drop it down low to Ella Jacobs. She's in the paint. She's got to get out. Shot put up and is good by Reese Rabel.
Reese for a Fowler TV 3-pointer. It's good to see Reese get off to a quick start.
Turnover will give the ball back to the Riders. Allmeyer with it. She's going to cross midcourt with it. She's got players on the wing. Give it to Cora Rabel. Back to Allmeyer. Ball knocked away. Run down by Rabel. Allmeyer, Jacobs down low. Kick it back out to Cora Rabel. Ball is knocked out of bounds by Olivia Holte.
Riders need a little more movement against that 2-3 zone. They're kind of stagnant.
Hitting that seam up top.
Yeah, just kind of a lot of passing around the top, not a lot of penetration, and not a lot of cutting, just kind of moving and replacing. Leads to bad pass there.
Reese Rabel to Allmeyer. Hesse. Ella Jacobs puts it on the floor, goes in the paint. Kick it to Hesse. She'll drop it to Allmeyer. And we've got a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Rough Riders. It'll be the Rough Riders' ball under their own basket.
The Wildcats got a little bit of the Austin Parks thing going inside with Tatum Miller. You know, you look at our girls going in there and you can tell they're a little intimidated. However, let's just avoid the paint and hit another Fowler TV 3-pointer for Reese Rabel.
Shot put up, rolls around, nope, won't go. The shot was put up by Wetherill. Sails out of bounds. The ball will belong to the Lady Riders. 5:14 remaining here in the first quarter.
Wildcats extending just a little bit here on this next
nice
possession.
Pass to Jacobs. To Cora, drives the paint, kick it back to Allmeyer. She's going to launch a three herself. Nope, front of the iron. Rebound Jacobs. She'll kick it back out to Reese Rabel. Launches another three. Got it.
3 for Reese
So we've got a timeout on the floor. With the score on the American Legion scoreboard, the St. Mary's Lady Rough Riders 9, the Kenton Lady Wildcats nothing. Back right after this.
Did you know teen drivers represent the highest risk age group involved in automobile accidents? Because of this, an in-person teen driver education program is extremely important, and Capabilities Driving School is here to help. Capabilities now administers the Ohio Bureau of Motor Vehicle Driving Test for our students and the general public to obtain their driving licenses. Call us today at 419-394-0003 extension 1300 to enroll or learn more about the services that Capabilities Driving School has to offer.
At Chef Auto Sales in St. Mary's, we don't play any of those pricing games. Our quality vehicles are priced at or below market value, and our no-pressure friendly staff is here to help you. So before you buy, give us a try. Come see me, Aaron High, the car guy at Chef Auto Sales.
Already back at Grand Lake Health System score. You see on your screen the replay. Ella Jacobs on the offensive board. Kick it over to Reese Rabel, and she hits her third three-pointer. She's got all 9 Lady Rider points thus far here in the first quarter.
Good to see Reese shooting a little better. She had a really cold night against Minster, but good to see her shooting a little better today.
Riders apply a little bit of pressure. They're going to force the ball down low to Miller. And Tatum Miller has Kenton's first 2 points of the ball game. 9-2 on the American Legion scoreboard. Hesse. Quick pass to Jacobs in the corner. Allmeyer, Reese Rabel, Cora. Drive, shot put up. Nope. Rebound Jacobs. To Reese Rabel for 3. Nope, off the back of the iron. Rebound comes down to Weatherwell. Good hustle by Reagan Allmeyer.
Gets the steal, but then turns it over. That's a tough one to give a turnover to, but yeah.
Yeah. Riders apply pressure. Double team there is Holting. She'll give the ball to Weatherill. Down to Miller, shot put up and in. So far, it's Reese Rabel, 9. Tatum Miller, 4. Tatum Miller, good job defensively, steals it but throws it right in the hands of Cora Rabel, who throws it right back to the Kenton Lady Wildcats. Olivia Holting with the basketball. Going to drop it down to
and if
Miller.
we could get a replay on that for later on, guys, that would be awesome.
Well, she's getting super deep position.
And that's what I want to talk about.
9-6. The Lady Wildcats clawing their way back into this ball game. Trail by 3. Reese Rabel, nope, it comes up short. Rebound comes down to Macy Heckathorn.
And the Wildcats doing a little better job of handling that full court pressure. And just as I said that, I may have jinxed them. Yeah.
Lady Cats turn it over. Here comes the Lady Riders. Lady Wildcats still in their 2-3 zone. Jacobs all alone. Shot up, off the window, got it. Nice strong move by Ella Jacobs as she scores the 11th point for the Riders on the American Legion scoreboard as they lead 11-6 with 2:24 remaining here in the first quarter. Tatum Miller goes up. She thought she was hacked. They're coming the other way. Cora Rabel. You know, we'll take a look at the Lady Wildcats coming down offensively because to me it's obvious they're looking for one person only, and they're trying to get the ball, as I say that, they did it in a different type of way, but Tatum Miller gets the offensive rebound, but they're looking for Miller for sure.
And like I said before, although on the defensive end, but on the offensive end, they're doing very much what the St. Mary's boys team does. It's throw it up high and let Austin Parks go get it.
Right.
And then let him overwhelm the other team with his size. And right now, Tatum Miller is doing just that with the girls.
Cora to Reese Rabel. 3-point shot. Nope, won't go. Ella Jacob was the offensive board. You got a whistle and a foul.
Eller with her third offensive board of the game. That's just hustle and determination. You know, having kind of a nose for the ball and going after it, getting an extra possession for the Riders. Ashley Nuss comes into the game.
Cora Rabel, drop it down to Morgan Hesse, up off the iron, and it falls through.
And on that possession, Tatum Miller is taking a seat, get a little rest, and suddenly Mo Hesse saying, hey, there's not quite the size.
Hey, we're going to go coast to coast off the glass. 2 points for Morgan Hesse.
The senior on senior night, full court.
She says, I can handle the ball. Ball loose on the floor. And we've got a whistle and a foul. I'm going to give you a flashback.
Uh-oh.
Do you remember when you were called with a foul, you had to raise your hand?
Oh, back in the day, yes.
And if you didn't, it wasn't a technical though, was it? Or not? No.
I don't remember it being a technical, but yeah, we were required to raise our hand.
But you know who would make that a lot easier for? We.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I remember a couple of times during my high school career when I wasn't necessarily in foul trouble, but our post player was, and we were sort of in the vicinity. That I raised my hand and said, yeah, I fouled it, just hoping that they would call it on me rather than her, and she could stay in the game.
Exactly. Reagan Allmeyer for three at the buzzer, and that's the end of the first quarter here at Grand Lake Health Systems Court. With the score on the American Legion scoreboard, the St. Mary's Lady Rough Riders 15, the Kenton Lady Cats 8. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with a second.
Mark your calendars for Memorial High School's performance of Anastasia, the musical, March 31st to April 1st. Inspired by the 20th century Fox motion picture, this dazzling show transports its audience from the Russian Empire to 1920s Paris. As a brave young woman enlists the help of a charismatic ensemble cast to reconnect with her past in search of home, love, and family. Follow the St. Mary's Memorial High School Drama Club on Facebook for more information.
Colder weather is just around the corner, and you want to make sure your family's vehicle is tuned up and ready to go. Rabel's Auto Service has been voted the best auto repair center in St. Mary's the last 3 years. And did you know they will pick up and deliver your vehicle for free? Give Rabel's Auto Service a call at 419-394-1624 or stop in and see Jeremy at 1610 Salina Road in St. Mary's. Rabel's Auto Service in St. Mary's. Give them a call today.
Alrighty, we're walking back to Grand Lake Health Systems Courts. Joe Hurlburt alongside Kelly and Derek J. Glad to have you along wherever you might be watching tonight's ball game. Derek, any numbers in the first quarter that's worthwhile?
Yeah, I mean, the offense kind of starts and ends with Tatum Miller here for the Kenton Wildcats. She's 4 of 6 on the game here. So I think the scouting report for the Riders should kind of focus on how they're going to slow her down a little bit here.
And we talked about the size of the Kenton Wildcats, but I don't think we mentioned the physicality of this ball club. Tatum Miller, she's not afraid to put her nose in there. Turnover goes to the hands of Ella Jacobs. She'll give it to Cora Rabel. We're coming the other way with the basketball. Second quarter just underway from Grand Lake Health Systems Court. Ashley Nuss, far side, it goes to Cora Rabel. Drop it down low to Sierra Graber, who's in the ball game.
Giving senior Mo Hesse a quick blow.
Cadence Hirschfeld checks back into the ball game, as does Reese Rabel for the Lady Riders. Reese Rabel with the basketball. Ella Jacobs. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Lady Wildcats. Rabel to Hirschfeld. Back to Cora, to Reese. Still out beyond the arc. Skip pass all the way over to Reese Rabel. She checks down and see how close she was to being out of bounds. Cora to Reese.
And guys, any of this that you can get as a replay to show our
Reese
rotation
Rabel, nothing.
outside or out front will be great at halftime if we can get a clip of any of that. St. Mary's is not doing a good job of penetrating from the top and making them collapse a little bit. So
our spacing isn't very good either.
Yeah, we'll see if we can look at that.
Cadence Hirschfeld will be at the line for the Lady Rough Riders. 6:33 remaining here in the first half, 15-8 on the American Legion scoreboard. She misses the first free throw. She'll get one more.
It's only free throw number 3 on the year.
I was just going to say,
Cadence Hirschfeld. She was 1 of 2 coming into tonight, so not helping her percentage right there.
Second free throw up, got 1 of 2. Rough Riders lead by 8 on the American Legion scoreboard. Riders apply a little token pressure. With the basketball is Kyla Bostater.
And Tatum Miller, again, we always talked about it in college, winning the block. And she is right now winning the block. She is getting great position down low. St. Mary's not doing a good job of forcing her out or getting over the top of her.
Yeah, if you're going to play behind, you can't allow somebody to get that deep a position because there's not much you can do defensively.
Tatum Miller, 10th point. 10th point for the Wildcats. She has them all.
And she's averaging 11 a game, so the Riders are letting her far exceed her game average.
Cadence Hirschfeld back to Cora Rabel. Kenton still sitting in that 2-3 zone, and of course, there's a lot of wide open spots for the Lady Riders to fill, and as we mentioned just a moment ago, the Riders not doing a good job of penetrating the lane and forcing
using
the
whole
defense
floor. They're spending most of their time up here above the three-point line. They're not using the bottom half of the floor at all.
Cora Rabel's three-point shot won't go. Nice job by Sierra Graber.
We talked about that in the pregame. She's done a great job of coming in and getting some offensive boards, just getting her hands on a lot of balls when she gets in. See, right there is a spot where the Riders needed to penetrate from the top.
Ella Jacobs goes up with the shot. Nope, won't go. Rebound comes down to the Lady Wildcats. And here comes Olivia Holding with the basketball. She's going to launch a three of her own. Nope, that doesn't draw iron. Ball loose on the floor. Wildcats get it. Cora Rabel has it, and she's got a breakaway layup. That won't go. Rebound by Reese Rabel. She's fouled.
I think Cora's going to dream about that one tonight. Yeah. Boy, I think she was maybe even anticipating a little contact if you look on the Schaff Auto replay there, and just didn't get the contact she was expecting. Reese Rabel has struggled all year from the free throw line, kind of surprising given her shooting prowess from the perimeter. We talked the other night, it may be a little overthinking things at this point in the game.
Reese still has 9 points in the ball game. She came out, hit the first 3 threes of the ball game, and propelled St. Mary's to a 9-0 lead, and she just hasn't scored since.
I haven't seen the bottom of the net since then.
Nice shot put up and in by Sadie Larrabee.
And Larrabee with a really nice baseline drive. That 5'10", sophomore, and she really took the ball hard to the basket and finished well.
She'll go to the line, shoot the free throw. She's got it. So she's in the book with 3 points.
The old-fashioned three-point play.
Reagan Allmeyer. Sierra Graber flashes to the foul line. They don't get the ball to her. Ella Jacobs does the same, flashes the paint. Down low it goes to Graber. Kick it back out to Allmeyer. All the way out to Cora Rabel.
Some really long passes, some flat passes, and just not doing a great job of pinching and really hitting those seams against this defense.
Reese Rabel for 3. That's her 4th 3-point goal in the first half.
Really letting the offense ride on Reese Rabel's shoulders right now.
Pass was intended to Tatum Miller. It was off her hands, and Reagan Allmeyer almost has the pick. Give the ball back to Holting. Harple with 3 points of her own, so Allie Harple.
Comes in averaging 8 a game.
Yep, 5'6" senior. Down low it goes to Graber. Shot put up by Jacobs, rolls around, won't go. Graber with it. Back out to Reese Rabel to Allmeyer. Cora's going to launch a 3. Nope, off the back of the iron. Rebound comes down to Miller. And here comes the Wildcats the other way. Nice defense there by Cora. We got a 2-on-1 break. See how they work it. Allmeyer goes up. It's blocked by Tatum Miller.
I want to see that one on the replay. Oh, she did. She got some arm on the replay. We didn't have the best angle up here in the booth, but she did get some arm. So let's see if Reagan Allmeyer can hit the free throw.
She misses the first one. She'll get one more.
Reagan shooting 71% from the free throw line, so it's sort of a rare miss for her.
Macy Heckathorn, the 6-foot sophomore, checks back into the ball game. She'll give Tatum Miller a blow. Free throw rolls in and out. Jacobs comes away with the offensive board. Down it goes to Allmeyer. Back to Jacobs. Cora goes up. Nope, won't go. Rebound Graber. Nice job offensively on the board by Sierra Graber.
Between Graber and Jacobs, they've come up with about 7 offensive boards of their own this game.
.225 remaining here in the first half. Riders lead by 3 on the American Legion scoreboard. Here comes Allmeyer. Oh, and she has it swatted away.
Macy Heckathorn said, get that stuff out of here.
I think Reagan Allmeyer just committed a frustration foul
You
right
are
there.
exactly right on that. And that's what size can get you. You know, having some good size girls for the Wildcats makes defense a little easier.
Shot put up by Kinsey Sprang, no good. All the way down it goes to Reese Rabel off the window. Ella Jacobs with the offensive glass, it'll count. And she'll go to the line as she was fouled.
And that's just a straight hustle play by Ella Jacobs.
Fouled by Allie Harple.
Jacobs hasn't been a frequent flyer to the free throw line with only 10 attempts on the year. Finishes the three-point play the old-fashioned way. I was chastised by my son for using some old-fashioned
That's how it was.
lingo, but that's what it was called.
Back in the day, you didn't have the three-point arc, so that's the way you made a three-point play. 2-point goal, fouled in the act, go to the line, make one. Old-fashioned way. Now sometimes you have an opportunity to make a 4-point play.
Yes, yes.
Down low it goes to Jacobs. Puts it on the floor. She's going, I think. Seriously.
I didn't say anything, but on the last possession, I just happened to be watching Sierra Graber. In the last possession, she's in there for about 15 seconds. I'm not kidding. So I'm sure the Kenton coach probably mentioned something to the official and said, hey, keep an eye out on it because she is not leaving. Yeah, she deserved that one. She's in there for a long time.
Well, we talked about that. One of those things that you very seldom ever see, and all of a sudden, booyah, there it is.
Yep.
3-second call. 1:02 remaining here in the first half. 22-19 on the American Legion scoreboard. The free throw is up and good by Olivia Holting. She'll get another. So the Wildcats are hanging tough.
Hanging right in here. Holting comes in at 7.6 points per game. Calmly hits those two for the 5'7" sophomore. And this is a game here.
It sure is.
Nobody in the middle of the court.
Ball knocked out of bounds by Holting. It'll still remain Rough Rider ball. Comes Reagan Allmeyer back into the ball game. Ashley Nuss will have a seat.
And really right now the Riders need to be attacking that free throw middle of the court area. Getting these top two guards to collapse a little bit.
Allmeyer to Reese Rabel.
Having someone who can catch at that high post and either shoot or take it to the hoop would be a bonus right now.
Yeah, I will say this. I don't recall the Rough Riders getting a lot of easy baskets underneath.
No,
From the 5, 6, 7 foot area. They're either long-range bombs or maybe an offensive board stick back, and that's about it.
And we talked about the Wildcat size, that it makes a big difference. It kind of deters people from coming in there and attacking the paint. Reagan Allmeyer with her third and fourth free throw attempts of the night.
Off the back of the iron, no good.
That was a knuckleball.
Yeah. We got a whistle and a foul. Sierra Graber is tagged with the foul.
Allie Harple, a 5'6" senior, comes in averaging 8 points a game for the Wildcats.
And we're tied up.
That's a nothing but net.
With 6.2 seconds remaining in the first half, and this is an opportunity to give Kenton their very first lead of the ball game.
There it is, right there.
She's got it. Lady Wildcats lead 23-22. See, and that ball sails out of bounds with 2.3 seconds remaining, so Kenton will have one last shot at it. Well, that's going to be a little short. So that's the end of the first half with the score on the American Legion scoreboard. The Kenton Lady Wildcats 23 and the St. Mary's Lady Rough Riders 22. We mentioned tonight that it was senior night, and two seniors were recognized prior to the pregame warm-up, so we've got that. Let's take a look at that, and we'll come back. We'll have statistics, and we'll talk about the first half right after this.
First up, number 5, Morgan Mo Hesse. Morgan has been involved in basketball for 9 years here at Memorial. 12, Gabby Weatherall. Number 13, Allie Harple. And number 34, Tatum Miller. This concludes our pre-season recognition ceremony.
Laura Yelton State Farm, servicing the St. Mary's area since 1989. With your life, home, and auto insurance needs. Call or stop in today and see Laura or Logan Yelton for a free quote. Go Rough Riders!
The Friends of the St. Mary's Theater need your financial help. Any donation is welcome, and suggested donations, which can be pledged, are $200, $1,823, $2,023 and beyond. Send check to Friends of SM Theater, P.O. Box 382, St. Mary's, Ohio, or visit Graham Opera House Live to make an online payment to the 501c3. The time is now to make this happen. See more on our Facebook page at Graham Opera House Live.
Tap House at the Square invites you to join us after the game. Located in St. Mary's Square Business Complex, the Tap House is the new place to meet old friends. Best of luck to all Rider athletes and teams. Cheers to a healthy and successful season with lots of wins. See you at the Tap House at the Square.
Alrighty, we're back at Grand Lake Health Systems Court. Joe Hurlbert alongside Kelly and Derek J. Where on the American Legion scoreboard, the Kenton Wildcats take a 23-22 lead into the halftime here in the locker room here at halftime. Let's take a look at some of the numbers and talk a little bit about the first half. I'll turn it over to Kelly and Derek, and they'll take you through the halftime.
Well, the Lady Riders with those 22 first half points were led by Reese Rabel, scoring 12 points on 4 of 7 shooting from 3, 4 of 9 overall. Followed by Ella Jacobs with 5 points, also 5 rebounds, all offensive by Ella Jacobs, so good stat line there. Morgan Hesse scored 4 points on 2 of 2 shooting, but with those 2 fouls, just didn't get a lot of minutes there in the first half. And rounding out the scoring was Cadence Hirschfeld with 1 point. The Riders were 8 of 24 from the field for 33%, 4 of 11 from 3 for 36%. Again, the free throw line kind of coming back to bite him a little bit there. They were 2 of 8 from the line for 25%. I mentioned Ella Jacobs with grabbing a bunch of offensive rebounds. The whole team really did. They grabbed 10 offensive rebounds there in that first half. So really without those, they'd be kind of in trouble. That's kind of what's keeping them in the game right now. Ella with 5. Sierra Graber grabbed 3 offensive rebounds. So doing a nice job on the offensive glass and only 6 turnovers. So not too bad there. And the Kenton girls were led by, as you would expect, Tatum Miller with 10 points on 4 of 6 shooting. Allie Harple with 5, Kinsey Sprang, Sadie Larrabee both with 3, and Olivia Knowlton with 2. Kenton was 7 of 17 from the field for 41%, 2 of 4 from 3, and 7 of 9 from the free throw line. So a little black and white picture there between the Riders and the Wildcats from the free throw line. And then the Riders doing a little bit better job on the glass tonight defensively than they did against Minster, only giving up 4 offensive rebounds there in the first half. I think a lot of those were...
Two of them were on the very first possession of the game.
Yeah, that very first possession, kind of if you throw that away, they're doing a little better job tonight.
So if we can bring up a clip from downstairs, we'll see how this works. And okay, and right here we're gonna take a look at the Riders and their kind of struggles against the 2-3 zone. And right now they're doing what I would call a lot of side-to-side action, a lot of east-west, not attacking things north-south. Now, if you look down here in the middle.
First thing that I want to note here is look at how high the Kenton defenders are.
Correct.
Here, and then the other one is, back here beyond view. But none of them are down at the blocks. They're all like closer to the volleyball line than they are to the blocks. So they're really high, which means the weak spots in the zone are down here in the short corner, here, and kind of down in this area because they're just not covered. the riders are being pushed so far up here. All their guards are way up in here rather than attacking in here or hitting those short corners. So they're just getting pushed way out of the lane.
And this is something that we've seen with the boys as well, where they're kind of running their offense way too far away from the basket. Now, I will have to give some of the credit to this to the Kenton defense and Tatum Miller inside, because Tatum Miller erases a lot of action in the paint, and you can tell our girls are a little intimidated by her size and unwilling to take it up against her.
Now, one thing I want to note here on this replay, we talked about the weak spots in the zone. Ella Jacobs is going to do a nice job right here, flashing to the high post. And looks like Cora Rabel just doesn't look at her. That needed to be thrown right there to Ella Jacobs, and that would have forced Miller to take her. And if she doesn't, she can shoot it. And if she does take her, then you can make that little bounce pass right down here to Sierra Graber for the layup. But they just don't look at it, and they continue to pass it around the perimeter and allow Kenton to continue to push them far away from the rim.
And if you would pause it back there just a tad, when Reese Rabel had the ball over here on this side, they're just by passing around the top and never attacking the zone north-south, they just kind of allow Kenton to slide back and forth. It's a great defensive drill. You're sitting there going, hey, this is easy. I just got to go from this spot to this spot. Instead of right here attacking that, making the defenders pinch in here, and then being able to.
And then you can kick, or then you can throw.
Yeah, then you can have somebody that's maybe over here step into this spot and get a little bit easier shot. So the riders have to do a little bit better job of attacking those seams and forcing the Kenton defenders to make some choices.
All righty, so there you have it in a nutshell. The Rough Riders still find themselves trailing 23-22. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with the second half right after this.
Goods is here to outfit your team, both on and off the field. Since 1980, Albert Sporting Goods has serviced schools, clubs, and businesses throughout Ohio. For all of your uniform, spirit wear, and equipment needs, make it Albert Sporting Goods. Order online now at albertsportinggoods.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
St. Mary's Legion Post 323, veterans working for veterans and the future of our country. The St. Mary's Legion Post 323 supports veterans programs such as Gifts for Yanks, Support the Troops, Comfort Warriors, Blood Donor, POW MIA programs, as well as children and youth programs. The St. Mary's Legion Post 323 also donates that.
All righty, we'll welcome you back to Grand Lake Health Systems Court. Second half action underway. Our Lady Riders have the basketball. Start the second half.
It was a little penetration.
Yeah, a little better.
We'll see if the Lady Riders made some adjustments at halftime. There's
Ella
one
Jacob. That we were looking for.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kick it back out to Allmeyer. It won't go. She gets her own board. It's loose on the floor, and it's tied up.
I wonder if Coach Burke had a
tied into the Rider Nation station feed.
Yes, a feed into the locker room to see that.
Well, they probably watched you explain things on the telestrator.
I know. But that's exactly what we were looking for, a little penetration by pass into Ella Jacobs and then kicked out for a nice, easy look. Didn't hit the shot, but that's okay. Got a good look at it.
Well, what will happen is, I think, is if you continue to flash through the middle, you're going to draw defenders eventually. If not, you're going to turn around and get an easy 10-foot jumper.
And that pass to Tatum Miller was the other thing we had talked about looking at halftime, is just allowing Tatum Miller to get really low on the blocks. And she's
she just fed that one right back to Morgan Hesse. As she tried to drive the paint against her to try to get her to foul her, but not the case. She swatted away. You can see it there on our instant replay. Schaff Auto Sales Instant replay. Shot up by Jacobs. Hits nothing. Rebound Hesse. Kind of partially blocked by Miller.
Well, she is a force.
Yes, she is.
She's a force.
3-point shot put up. Nope, won't go. Rebound comes down to Reagan Allmeyer. So the Lady Rough Riders jumped out in this contest early with a 9-0 lead, and boy, they've been struggling offensively.
Yeah, they scored 15 first quarter points, and obviously only 7 there in the second quarter. Offense kind of ground to a halt when Morgan Hesse went to the bench.
Morgan Hesse with 2 points of her own in the paint for the Lady Rough Riders. 25-24, Lady Wildcats lead on the American Legion scoreboard. Good defense by the Lady Riders. Turnover will give it back to St. Mary's. Reagan to Cora Rabel. Drives the paint, goes up, blocked again by Tatum Miller, but nonetheless, she drew the foul.
And that's 2 possessions in a row where the Riders have continued to take the ball at Tatum Miller. And hey, Tatum Miller's done a nice job, gotten a couple blocks, but the last possession, Morgan Hesse is able to get a nice turnaround shot over her. And then this possession, Cora Rabel draws the foul. So they really have to continue to attack. And I know that sometimes seems odd that you're continuing to take it at the defensive stud, but you got to do that if you want to score.
Cora Rabel makes 1 of 2. We're tied up at 25. Riders steal it. Ella Jacobs off the window, misses an easy one, and rebound by Reese Rabel, and she is fouled immediately by Macy Heckathorn.
And Jacobs is kind of kicking herself for that, but she did do a nice head fake, stepped under, just didn't complete the play.
Free throw rolls around and falls in for Reese Rabel. Riders regain the lead, 26-25 at the 5:53 mark.
That one's got to feel good for Reese.
Yes,
Had some struggles of late, but seeing that one go through has to.
And
I kind of would have predicted that. You see one go through, it's a lot easier to put in the next one.
Well, good defense by the Riders. No foul there as Reagan Allmeyer attempted to tie the ball up. Nice defense by Hesse. She steps in front of Miller and stolen right back. Shot put up by Wetherill, won't go. So here comes the Rough Riders. They dodge a bullet there. And another thing is when you take the ball to the hole and you can get Tatum Miller to commit some fouls, you put her on the bench.
Right.
Ball was kicked, so it'll remain in the hands of the Lady Riders. They'll have it underneath their own basket as Cora Rabel will trigger it in. Mercy.
She was wide open. Reese Rabel's wide open. It's probably a good thing they didn't throw it to her anyways because she wasn't looking. She was trying to run the play instead of noticing she was wide open.
Running the play rather than trying to score.
Yep.
Reagan Allmeyer for 3 off the back of the iron. Rebound comes down to Allie Harple. Here comes the Lady Wildcats.
Nice pass.
Oh, that
nice
was a
little
beautiful
dish
pass.
to Tatum Miller. And Tatum has 14 points, and she leads all score. Well, Reese Rabel has 14, so Tatum Miller and Reese Rabel have 14 points. Morgan Hesse shot won't go. Ella Jacobs shot rolls around, won't go. Rebound. Miller, and the foul's going to be on Ella Jacobs.
I think Tatum Miller got a piece of that.
I think she did. I think she got a
of,
little piece of that one.
Of Ella Jacobs' shot.
Yep. And Gabby Wetherill with a beautiful feed down here. That was a really nice attack the basket and kind of lofted up for Tatum Miller.
Heckathorn goes for 3 of her own. That doesn't draw iron. Here comes the Rider. Nice pass down. It goes to Ashley Nuss. That won't go. Rebound comes down to Morgan Hesse. And I think we've got a tie up on the floor, I believe, or is it a foul?
Jump ball, I believe.
So the Lady Riders will retain possession of the basketball. 4:12 remaining here in the third quarter on the American Legion scoreboard. Oh, my.
Hesse doing a really nice job on that, following up the miss. It really hustled down the court.
Ball knocked out of bounds by Olivia Holting. I thought she got a little bit of arm, but nonetheless, it's Rough Riders ball.
She was really close to a 5 there. The official kind of hesitated before she put the arm up for the 5th one.
Oh, my. Just lack of focus, and the ball sails out of the hands of Reagan Allmeyer, goes out of bounds, and the turnover will give the ball back to the Lady Wildcats. We're tied at 27 on the American Legion scoreboard. Shot up, nope, won't go.
And once again, this time Sadie Larrabee looking for Tatum Miller and saying, hey, you've got great position and you're big. Let me give you another assist.
Timeout on the floor called by the Lady Riders. It's the Kenton Wildcats, Lady Wildcats 29, Lady Rough Riders 27. Back right after this.
St. Mary's Legion Post 323, veterans working for veterans and the future of our country. The St. Mary's Legion Post 323 supports veterans programs such as Gifts for Yanks, Support the Troops, Comfort Warriors, Blood Donor, POW MIA programs, as well as children and youth programs. The St. Mary's Legion Post 323 also donates thousands of dollars each year to local summer programs such as Boys State, Girls State, Scholarships in Education, Boy Scouts, Oratorical, and Shooting Sports. St. Mary's Legion Post 323, remembering the past, living the present, and working for the future.
Providing insurance services since 1953, the R.J. Burke Insurance Agency is here to help with your home, auto, business, and life insurance needs. Being an independent insurance agency representing many fine companies and located at 121 North Wayne Street in St. Mary's, contact Joe Burke or Dan Burke for a no-obligation quote today.
3:36 remaining here on the American Legion scoreboard in the third quarter from Grand Lake Health Systems Court. Rider Nation Station bringing you girls high school basketball, the Lady Rough Riders and the Lady Wildcats of Kenton. I'm Joe Hurlbert alongside Kelly and Derek J. Again, we welcome everybody along the way that's watching wherever you might be. Shot put up, we got a whistle and a foul. It's going to be a two-shot foul. Foul's going to be called on Ella Jacobs. You see it on your screen.
For second, team second.
Riders spending so much time worrying about Tatum Miller that really just allowed Sadie Larrabee to attack the basket and not get a lot of help. At this point, the free throw line has been kind of the difference in the game.
Yeah.
But if I remember correctly, this is a big game for the Rough Riders because this will keep them one game out of first place in the Western Buckeye League. And, of course, the Bath Wildcats is right behind them.
Right.
And the Lady Rough Riders have to face them.
Correct.
So this is a big ball game for the Rough Riders. They find themselves down by 4, 31-27.
St. Mary's still has Elida and Bath left on the WBL schedule.
And they'll play St. Henry next.
Correct. Next Tuesday. And
nice break to the basket by Hesse. Goes up with a shot. Nope, won't go. Gets her own board. And she throws it away. Throws it right into the hands of Olivia Holting. Allie Harple, drop it down to Miller. Nope, won't go. Rebound shot. We got a whistle and a foul. Sadie Larrabee doing another good job of getting some offensive rebounds.
5'10" sophomore just hitting the backside boards.
Foul is on Cora Rabel.
Kind of all set up there by the lob to Tatum Miller.
And the Riders did not have good backside help.
There.
Yep, no backside help on it. And
Larrabee's second
Got
free throw is good.
give a shout out to Morgan Hesse on that. She was much better than the first half. She was much higher and defending that better. But you got to have some backside. Yep, got to have backside help.
Ball is stolen. That's just careless ball handling by the Lady Rough Riders.
You're right.
How many turnovers, Derek, do the Lady Riders have?
That's 12 right there, and they had 6 at halftime, so that's 6 third-quarter turnovers already.
And we're sitting here at a 5-point quarter right now, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I believe.
Coral Rabel gets a little bit agitated at Sadie Larrabee. I believe that's who it was.
Cora got the steal.
21, Sadie Larrabee. Her second, team score.
.217, you see it on your screen. Clock is moving.
Riders just really far from the rim, running their zone offense.
And again, another careless pass sails out of bounds. Another turnover for the Lady Rough Riders.
This looks sometimes like we're watching the St. Mary's boys team. The difference is the girls don't have a 6'11" guy to just throw it up and bail them out.
Good job by Ella Jacobs. She steps in front of the pass. Turnover goes to the Rough Riders.
There it goes. Get a little penetration on the elbow pass there.
Spin move. They'll kick it right back out to Cora Rabel. Shot no go. We got a whistle and a push. It's going to be called, I believe, on Sadie Larrabee.
That's after the shot.
I think my observation to this point is that the Rough Riders are not playing with a lot of intensity. As we mentioned, pretty much the entire ball game they played beyond the arc offensively. And maybe that's due in part to the 2-3 zone press or zone that Kenton is forcing them out a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes if you don't have the right strategy against a zone, you can kind of get lulled. You can kind of get lulled into just kind of passing it around, being a little lackadaisical. But you need to treat a zone no differently than a man. You still need to be aggressive, still need to drive.
And we've talked numerous times about really attacking those seams.
Ella Jacobs misses it. Morgan Hesse with the offensive board. We've got a foul. I think it's a foul before the shot. Kinsey Sprang picks up the foul.
And this right now is with Tatum Miller on the bench. Now, the Wildcats do still have really good size out on the floor, so it's not like they're suddenly playing against a bunch of real short girls, but the Riders have to know they can take it up strong here.
Nice inbounds pass by the Rough Riders, and Morgan Hesse finishes with 2. Good defense by Ella Jacobs.
Second steal and just in the last minute for Ella Jacobs.
Riders should make sure they get a good possession here, get some momentum headed into the fourth quarter if they can get a good bucket.
Reese Rabel throws it right into the hands of Gabby Wetherill, but gets it back. In the corner, Reagan Allmeyer. Down low to Ella Jacobs. She forces the pass to Morgan Hesse, but it's stolen. 3 seconds. 1 shot put up, and it'll count. So that's the end of the third quarter with the score on the American Legion scoreboard. The Kenton Lady Wildcats 34. The St. Mary's Lady Rough Riders has some work to do in the fourth quarter. They trail with 29. We'll be back with the fourth and final quarter right after this.
Did you know teen drivers represent the highest risk age group involved in automobile accidents? Because of this, an in-person teen driver education program is extremely important, and Capabilities Driving School is here to help. Capabilities now administers the Ohio Bureau of Motor Vehicle Driving Test for our students and the general public to obtain their driving licenses. Call us today at 419-394-0003 extension 1300 to enroll or learn more about the services that Capabilities Driving School has to offer.
At Chef Auto Sales in St. Mary's, we don't play any of those pricing games. Our quality vehicles are priced at or below market value, and our no-pressure friendly staff is here to help you. So before you buy, give us a try. Come see me, Aaron High, the car guy at Chef Auto Sales.
Alrighty, back at Grand Lake Health Systems Court. Rough Riders have some work to do in the final 8 minutes of this contest. They trail 34-29. Derek, got some numbers? Anything glaring?
Yeah, the Riders continuing to just pound the offensive glass. They have 17 offensive rebounds. Again, it's kind of the only reason they're in the game, not shooting it particularly well. And they turned it over 8 times during the third quarter. But the second shots are kind of keeping them in the game at this point in time. Still struggling from the free throw line. That's kind of why Kenton's winning. They're hitting free throws, Riders are not.
Drop it down low, shot put up and in, or not up. I anticipated that one going in by Sadie Larrabee. Missed shot, Rough Riders have the ball.
As we start the third quarter, we still see a Tatum Miller-less Wildcat defense right now.
How many fouls does she have? 3?
She only has 2.
2.
So just giving her an extended break, but
Here she comes back in. Tell you what, that's a pretty good combination, Larrabee and Miller.
And Hackathorn is 6 foot. She averages 9 points a game, but another 6-footer, so they've got great size in their front line. See if Reese Rabel can continue her free throw shooting.
Shot up off the back of the iron, won't go. Ella Jacobs with the offensive glass. Puts it on the floor, is in the paint. Kick it back out to Cora, to Reese Rabel. Reagan Allmeyer down low. Now they got somebody flashing to the elbow.
Yeah, we're making some progress here.
We're still really high.
I would
We're
love
not using the baseline at all.
I would love it if we would get it down in that short corner a little bit.
Morgan Hesse rolls around. Nope, won't go.
And a little shot fake and step through would probably be pretty effective as well, because Tatum Miller is very high right now.
Shot put up, 3-point goal by Olivia Holting is good. The 5'7" sophomore hits 3 of her own and extends the Wildcat lead to 37-29. Hesse goes up with the shot. Nope, that's short, pretty much impeded by the hand of Tatum Miller.
That's a shot that she likes to shoot a lot, but she likes to do the turn as she shoots things, but not used to someone as big as Tatum Miller being there.
Whistle and foul is going to be called. I believe it's going to be called on Kayla Bostagger.
And again, going to the basket against a big is preferable rather than letting her kind of extend and block shots. Cora steps to the free throw line as the Rough Riders' best free throw shooter on the season at 71%. Riders have not been very successful at the free throw line tonight.
Kelly, you have on your stat sheet, you have what the Riders shoot from the free throw line as a team?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I'd have to do some fast math, and that is not my strength, as my family so often reminds me.
Rough Riders come away with the basketball. They deny Kenton a shot at the basket.
And if you look at how high the two Kenton defenders are, boy, they're really, really extended.
Reese Rabel. Ashley Nuss in the ball game. Cora Rabel off the rim, no good. Oh my gosh, that's blocked by Tatum Miller.
Yep. That needed to be shot with the left hand with any hope of getting it up without being blocked.
We got a 30-second timeout called on the floor. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Mark your calendars for Memorial High School's performance of Anastasia, the musical, March 31st to April 1st. Inspired by the 20th century Fox motion picture, this dazzling show transports its audience from the Russian Empire to 1920s Paris. As a brave young woman enlists the help of a charismatic ensemble cast to reconnect with her past in search of home, love, and family. Follow the St. Mary's Memorial High School Drama Club on Facebook for more information.
5:48 remaining here in the basketball game. Lady Wildcats of Kenton have a 37-29 lead over the Lady Rough Riders. So, of course, the Rough Riders now have to make some hay. They have to be very offensive-minded. They have to hang on to the basketball, and they got to hit the glass on the defensive side.
And make some free throws. They're 5 of 14. I just checked stats.
No.
And Morgan Hesse with a steal, getting a possession. That's what we talked about all game long, offensive boards and turnovers. We're talking about possessions and getting shot attempts. If the Riders can score with the shot or with the clock stopped, that is a bonus. Yet another free throw that's missed.
Missed, no good. Rebound comes down to Tatum Miller. And we've got a breakout. Olivia Holding stopped. Oh, Ella Jacobs from behind, and I think she's going to be tagged with a foul.
We'll see on the Schaff replay. Oh, on the Schaff replay. Did they give that to Jacobs?
I thought so.
Yes, they did.
I could have understood if they'd have given it to Nuss, but not Jacobs. Jacobs was clean. She got ripped off on that one. Could be a ball don't lie on the first miss by Olivia Nolding. The sophomore.
Second shot will go. Offensive rebound, and good job by. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Cora Rabel. I thought she did a good job of just reaching in there and tying the basketball up.
Maisie Heckathorn grabbed the offensive boards, and again, she's a 6-foot sophomore. The Wildcats have great size, and St. Mary's just did not do a good job of blocking out on the free throw.
Three-point shot put up. Nope, that hits nothing by Gabby Wetherill. Will come the other way. All the way down it goes to Ella Jacobs off the window, and a foul is going to be called on Tatum Miller, and she doesn't agree with the call. See if we got a shot of it.
We'll see on the replay. I think that Tatum Miller maybe has a complaint.
She has a complaint.
She has a valid complaint. Referee's explaining to her that she needs to stay calm about it. I'm guessing he probably didn't say, yeah, we probably missed that, but maybe he should have.
Ella Jacobs hits the first free throw. She'll get one more.
Now 5 of 16 still from the free throw line for the Riders.
She hits them both. Substitution comes in. Cadence Hirschfeld will check in. Reagan Allmeyer will have a seat on the Rough Rider bench.
Jacobs with her 7th point on the night.
Good job by Ashley Nuss. Ball loose on the floor. Riders and Wildcats going after it. Oh, we got an injury down here on the floor. Tatum Miller holding her left knee.
I didn't see her. Didn't see what happened there. I was kind of watching around the ball, and we gotta hope
While
that
they attend to Tatum Miller on the floor, we're going to take a break. We're going to come right back.
Yeah, I didn't see.
I didn't see it either.
Yeah, I was kind of watching the ball up top, so I didn't see exactly what happened there. Hopefully she's not hurt.
Colder weather is just around the corner, and you want to make sure your family's vehicle is tuned up and ready to go. Rabel's Auto Service has been voted the best auto repair center in St. Mary's the last 3 years. And did you know they will pick up and deliver your vehicle for free? Give Rabel's Auto Service a call at 419-394-1624 or stop in and see Jeremy at 1610 Salina Road in St. Mary's. Rabel's Auto Service in St. Mary's. Give them a call today.
Hello, I'm Dr. Robert Spees. Welcome to Spees Chiropractic and Wellness Center.
As a family practice, Spees Chiropractic welcomes in patients of all ages. Whether this is your first time or you've done this before, Dr. Spees and his compassionate staff are here for you. What makes Spees Chiropractic unique is their 3-tier approach. By using chiropractic care alongside massage therapy and physical therapy, all your healthcare needs will be treated compassionately and comprehensively. Spees Chiropractic. Make the right choice for your care.
Okay.
Here we go. We might have a replay of what exactly take place. You can see her running down the floor there.
Yeah, went down on her,
Pretty
and
much.
it looks like nobody hit her. Hopefully she's okay.
She twisted her knee. It'd be the
there,
hyperextended it.
Could have been. Yeah, hopefully it's not an ACL. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Kind of out in the open. You know, nobody hit her, but you know that doesn't change the end result. Hopefully she's okay.
Looks like she kind of hyperextended it, but it could be, who knows.
Yeah, so
I don't have an MD behind my name, do you?
No. We just always kind of look at injuries, you know, as like in football, and you kind of do that home diagnosis to see what happens. And
free throw up and good.
Olivia Nolting drills the free throw. Her 6th point of the game. And at this point, boy, free throws have been a big deal for
What's the free throw shooting for Kenton, Derek?
I'm unable to pull it up. Hopefully next stoppage of play I can pull it up here.
All the way down to Ella Jacobs off the window, and good.
Little reminiscent of the Mikan drill by Ella Jacobs.
There you go.
That was nice.
And again, my son might accuse me of being old school on that, referencing the Mikan drill.
No, everybody still uses the drill now. Not many people know who George Mikan is, but
True.
Rough Riders deny Kenton an offensive basket. They have the rebound. They're coming the other direction all the way down to Hesse. One dribble, shot put up, and there's a foul called on Macy Heckathorn. So Rough Riders trail by 6. That's Heckathorn's 3rd, team's 10th.
And with Tatum Miller out of the game right now, things kind of fall on the shoulders of Heckathorn and Nolting and Larrabee. Should throw Larrabee in there as well to provide that defensive, prowess in the paint.
Morgan Hesse hits a free throw, gives her 9 points on the evening. Rough Riders now put on some pressure. Nice job of handling the basketball, knocked out of bounds by Cadence Hirschfeld.
Nolting showing a little shake and bake with the dribbling there. Riders kind of up in the defensive pressure. Again, the dynamics of the game do change without Tatum Miller inside.
It does.
Yeah, she made for an easy throw it into the post basket a lot.
Right.
Don't foul 30 feet away from the basket.
Right.
Not a smart foul. Especially that possession, Kenton was really out of sorts.
Yeah,
just kind of doing what the Riders did a lot of in the first half, just passing around the perimeter, weren't really attacking much. didn't have a lot of promise on that offensive possession. Not smart to send him to the line.
And the Wildcats are in the double bonus here.
No, this is 1-on-1.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Though so far as the way that Ken's made free throws, it doesn't
shouldn't matter. Yeah, they're just nothing but gold when they step to this line.
Macy Heckathorn hits the first. She'll get another. Missed that one. Rebound comes down to Cora Rabel. Here come the Rough Riders, and probably the free throw shooting of the Kenton Wildcats has probably contributed to the 6-point lead.
Yeah.
You got a whistle and a foul called on the Lady Wildcats. Foul is going to be called on Macy Heckathorn.
Heckathorn, the 6-foot sophomore, now with 4 fouls, and
you get her out of get her on the bench and out of the game, and still plenty of time in the ball game to make up the deficit. But you gotta hit some free throws. It's been the bugaboo of the Lady Riders tonight.
And really, all season, it's not been a strength of theirs.
High Archer, nope, won't go. Misses both free throws. All the way down. Pass to Sadie Larrabee. Reagan Allmeyer all the way down to Morgan Hesse off the glass. Count it!
That was an excellent catch. Sort of catching in traffic, and then Morgan Hesse being able to take it up to score. And as I just mentioned a minute ago, Macy Heckathorn just picked up her 5th foul, and so the Wildcats get a little shorter.
Yes, they do. That's short.
But the Riders are closing the gap here.
Yes, they are.
They're
Trail by
down
4. Riders are putting on full court pressure. Turn around. Ooh. Morgan Hesse with the basketball. To Hirschfeld, down underneath the Jacobs. Ashley Nuss for 3. Nope, won't go. Good job by Morgan Hesse running the ball down. And we've got a timeout called by the Rough Riders, who trail by 4, 40-36 on the American Legion scoreboard. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Laura Yelton State Farm, servicing the St. Mary's area since 1989. With your life, home, and auto insurance needs. Call or stop in today and see Laura or Logan Yelton for a free quote. Go Rough Riders!
Tap House at the Square invites you to join us after the game. Located in St. Mary's Square Business Complex, the Tap House is the new place to meet old friends. Best of luck to all Rider athletes and teams. Cheers to a healthy and successful season with lots of wins. See you at the Tap House at the Square.
19.
All righty, we'll welcome you back to Grand Lake Health Systems Court. Joe Hurlburt alongside Kelly and Derek J. The Rough Riders trail by 4 with 3:12 remaining. Rough Riders have the basketball.
I just had a chance to look at the stat sheet at the commercial break. The Riders are 8 of 22 from the free throw line here on the game.
Jump ball, possession arrow, Rough Riders.
Coach Burke called that timeout because he's been doing a little offense-defense switching, and I think he wanted to get his offensive players into the game.
Down low it goes to Hesse, goes up off the glass, won't go, rebound. Comes down to Kyla Bostater. Shot up and off the glass, won't go. Good defense by the Lady Rough Riders. Cora Rabel has the basketball. Rough Riders have kind of picked the tempo up offensively. Now they're forcing the ball down low. Kick it back out to Cora Rabel. Reese Rabel for 3. Got it!
Reese Rabel been quiet since the first half, but dials up another Fowler TV three-pointer. to close the gap
to 1.
Even tighter.
Yes, it is. Kenton has the basketball. Olivia Holting with the basket. She throws it out of bounds. So the turnovers, which have been rare and few for the Kenton Lady Wildcats, comes at an inopportune time as they toss it out of bounds. The Rough Riders will have the basketball with 2:17 remaining here in the basketball contest.
And you can tell that the Wildcats are very much out of sorts without their leader, Tatum Miller, in the lineup.
Rough Riders throw the basketball away again. And we've got a timeout call by the Lady Wildcats with the score. Lady Wildcats 40, the Rough Riders 39. We'll take a break. We'll come right back.
The Friends of the St. Mary's Theater need your financial help. Any donation is welcome, and suggested donations, which can be pledged, are $200, $1,823, $2,023 and beyond. Send check to Friends of SM Theater, P.O. Box 382, St. Mary's, Ohio, or visit Graham Opera House Live to make an online payment to the 501c3. The time is now to make this happen. See more on our Facebook page at Graham Opera House Live.
Alrighty, back at Grand Lake Health Systems Court. Joe Hurlbert, Kelly, and Derek J. You see a three-point goal by Reese Rabel. Good news for the Lady Wildcats. Tatum Miller has returned to the bench. She's got an ice bag on her left knee. Of course, she walked across the floor on her own, but we still have no idea what the situation is. But it's good that she was able to walk on her own power, and right. She'll watch the rest of this game and cheer her teammates on for the final 2 minutes and 4 seconds of this ball game.
Riders picking up full court.
Yes, they are.
Man to man.
Oh, and it goes out of bounds, and last touch
should be off of Ashley. The feet of Ashley Nuss.
She booted it.
Derek just mentioned that timeout actually gave the Riders a chance to get their defensive players into the game, trying to kick up a steal here with 2 minutes to go. I'm not sure that the Wildcats can hold the ball this long, without a turnover.
Riders just got to be careful that they're not fouling and giving the...
Oh, the ball is stolen. Here comes Ella Jacob. Oh, take it to the hole. Cadence Hirschfeld.
That'll be
Reagan
interesting
Allmeyer.
to see if Coach Burke calls a timeout too.
Underneath, Hirschfeld blocked. Allmeyer got it!
Reagan Allmeyer.
The Rough Riders regain the lead, 42-40 on the American Legion scoreboard. 1:13 remaining. Now the Rough Riders going to have play some defense. Shot put up and good by Kyla Bostater.
What you can do, I can do better.
We got ourselves a barn burner, folks.
The sophomore stepped up and showed some guts taking that three-pointer.
We got a timeout called with 54 ticks remaining. The Lady Wildcats of Kenton 43, the Lady Riders of St. Mary's 42. We'll be back right after.
Do you find yourself faced with injustice or confronted with a legal matter that you need help resolving? If so, call attorney David Walbacher at 216-225-9181. That's attorney David Walbacher for all your legal needs.
Albert Sporting Goods is here to outfit your team, both on and off the field. Since 1980, Albert Sporting Goods has serviced schools, clubs, and businesses throughout Ohio. For all of your uniform, spirit wear, and equipment needs, make it Albert Sporting Goods. Order online now at albertsportinggoods.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
We got ourselves a basketball game here at Grand Lake Health Center Court. Joe Hurlbert, Kelly, and Derek J. Rough Riders trail 43-42 on the American Legion scoreboard. They'll have the basketball.
Coach Burke needed that timeout again. He's been doing some offensive, defensive on and off, and he needed to get his offensive players back on the court.
Ball was kicked. It'll belong to the Rough Riders. Ball was kicked by Gabby Wetherill.
Riders have scored a couple baskets here in baseline out of bounds plays here, so good opportunity to score a bucket.
All the way out to Allmeyer. Down. Oh, Ella just turn and shoot. No, off the back of the iron. Hesse goes up off the glass. Oh, no. Good job there by Morgan Hesse. Ella Jacobs had the right idea. I think she just wasn't able to follow. Yep, absolutely. And you can't fault that. Morgan Hesse will be at the line.
Kind of fitting that this is how things are shaking out for the Riders, sending back to the free throw line where they've struggled so much.
That was short.
Now 8 of 23 from the line for the game.
Chance to tie it up here if she makes the second free throw. Shot up. Nope, that won't go. Rebound, Ella Jacobs. On the offensive glass, Cora Rabel. Reagan Allmeyer. Down low it goes to Hesse. She's going to put it on the floor. Goes up all. Won't go. We got a whistle and a foul. I think they're going to call it. I think Morgan Hesse is going to be tagged with the foul, so we're going to walk to the other end.
Riders have had their chances. Had their chances at the free throw line, so it's going to be important to hopefully get a rebound here, hopefully a miss, get a rebound and come down and again try to take it at the Wildcats. Gabby Withrow stepping up here.
Free throw up off the back of the iron, won't go. Allmeyer has the basketball. Give it to Morgan Hesse. He's going to drive all the way, kick it back out. Ball is almost stolen, and we got to.
I assume they're tagging Cora Rabel on that foul.
Cora Rabel with her foul. That's her 5th foul.
And there's the Riders floor general, and now granted there are only 20 seconds to go, but Cora Rabel's kind of the person that engineers offense.
At the line is Allie Harple. She misses the free throw. Boy, I'll tell you what, free throws are big.
Wow, for both teams at this point. Yep. Very important for the Riders to grab a rebound on a miss.
She hits 1 of 2. She makes it a 2-point game. Here come the Lady Riders. Reagan Allmeyer, she's in a hurry. Give it to Hirschfeld, to Reese Rabel. We're down to 10. All the way over to Rabel, to Hirschfeld. We got a timeout called by the Rough Riders. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with a final 5.8 right after this.
St. Mary's Legion Post 323, veterans working for veterans and the future of our country. The St. Mary's Legion Post 323 supports veterans programs such as Gifts for Yanks, Support the Troops, Comfort Warriors, Blood Donor, POW MIA programs, as well as children and youth programs. The St. Mary's Legion Post 323 also donates thousands of dollars each year to local summer programs such as Boys State, Girls State, Scholarships in Education, Boy Scouts, Oratorical, and shooting sports. St. Mary's Legion Post 323, remembering the past, living the present, and working for the future.
Alrighty, back at Grand Lake Health Systems Court. Joe Hurlbert alongside Kelly and Derek J. Rider Nation Station, glad to have you along. Of course, boys basketball will be on Rider Nation Station this Saturday as the Rough Riders will host, I think, Sydney, I believe.
Sydney, yes.
It'll be a 4 o'clock tip-off here at Grand Lake Health Systems Court. So
lot of activities on Saturday. One of the pre-game things honoring the 1992-93 boys Final Four team, 30-year reunion for that group.
All righty, now we got another timeout. I believe it's called by Kenton. We'll take another quick break. We'll come right back.
Providing insurance services since 1953. The R.J. Burke Insurance Agency is here to help with your home, auto, business, and life insurance needs. Being an independent insurance agency representing many fine companies and located at 121 North Wayne Street in St. Mary's, contact Joe Burke or Dan Burke for a no-obligation quote today.
Did you know teen drivers represent the highest risk age group involved in automobile accidents? Because of this, an in-person teen driver education program is extremely important, and Capabilities Driving School is here to help. Capabilities now administers the Ohio Bureau of Motor Vehicle Driving Test for our students and the general public to obtain their driving licenses. Call us today at 419-394-0003 extension 1300 to enroll or learn more about the services that Capabilities Driving School has to offer.
All righty, 5.8 seconds remaining. Lady Rough Riders have the basketball. Ella Jacobs will trigger it in. This is possibly the last possession of the ball game. We'll see what the Riders can do with it. Give the ball to Reagan Allmeyer. Down to 4. Down low it goes. Shot put up. No, won't go. And this ball game is over. And the Kenton Wildcats defeat the St. Mary's Lady Rough Riders by a score of 44-42 here at Grand Lake Health Systems Court. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the statistics in this ball game and wrap things up right after this.
At Chef Auto Sales in St. Mary's, we don't play any of those pricing games. Our quality vehicles are priced at or below market value, and our no-pressure friendly staff is here to help you. So before you buy, give us a try. Come see me, Aaron Hyde, the car guy at Chef Auto Sales.
Mark your calendars for Memorial High School's performance of Anastasia, the musical, March 31st to April 1st. Inspired by the 20th century Fox motion picture, this dazzling show transports its audience from the Russian Empire to 1920s Paris. As a brave young woman enlists the help of a charismatic ensemble cast to reconnect with her past in search of home, love, and family. Follow the St. Mary's Memorial High School Drama Club on Facebook for more information.
Colder weather is just around the corner, and you want to make sure your family's vehicle is tuned up and ready to go. Rabel's Auto Service has been voted the best auto repair center in St. Mary's the last 3 years. And did you know they will pick up and deliver your vehicle for free? Give Rabel's Auto Service a call at 419-394-1624 or stop in and see Jeremy at 1610 Salina Road in St. Mary's. Rabel's Auto Service in St. Mary's. Give them a call today.
All righty, we welcome you back to Grand Lake Health Systems Court, where the final score is the Kenton Wildcats 44, the Lady Riders 42. Here to take a look at the numbers in the ball game once again. Here's Derek.
Well, the losing Lady Riders, led by Reese Rabel, 17 points, followed by Morgan Hesse with 11, Ella Jacobs with 9, Reagan Allmeyer with 3, and then Cora Rabel and Cadence Hirschfeld each with 1. The Riders were 14 of 52 from the field for 27%, 6 of 18 from 3 for 33%. And as we mentioned, the free throw line, really where the game was lost. 8 of 24 from the line for 33%. Kind of what kept them in the game was the glass. They out-rebounded Kenton 38-23, including 23 offensive rebounds for the Lady Riders. Morgan Hesse had 11 rebounds, including 7 offensive rebounds. Ella Jacobs had 8 offensive rebounds, so they really hit the offensive glass hard, but unable to convert from the line and from the field really too. Just did not shoot it well. They ended up turning it over 19 times, just kind of really piled on there in the second half. Did grab a lot of steals, 10 team steals, 4 by Ella Jacobs, but just we're not able to convert on offense. The Kenton Lady Wildcats were led by Tatum Miller, despite her exiting the game early with 16 points, followed by Olivia Nolting with 7, Allie Harple and Sadie Larrabee with 6, Kyla Ballstater with 3, Wetherill with 2, Sprang with 3, and Heckatham with 1. Kenton was 13 of 34 from the field for 38%, 4 of 9 from 3 for 44%. Not outstanding from the line, 14 of 22 for 63%, but when your competition is 8 of 24, you don't have to be a whole lot better. Turned it over 18 times, so Riders forcing a lot of turnovers, but just offensively, just not able to convert basically in any respect. It didn't. Outside of Reese Rabel, nobody really shot it very well. I think a lot of that was kind of edged by Tatum Miller's defensive presence in the paint, kind of altered a lot of shots at the rim, and just did not shoot it well.
Kelly, any final thoughts?
The Lady Riders close out their home portion of the season, so we will not have them any more on the schedule, but do travel. They've kind of been road warriors all of the 2023 portion of the schedule. They were home with Ottawa Glandorf on the 5th, and then this week 2 games, and that's it. So the whole second half of their schedule has been on the road. So, pack up the bags and hopefully they learn some things from this. And again, there were some improvements this game. Getting these offensive boards is really big. That's been a negative in their columns here in the last few games. So, again, nobody likes to lose, but hopefully they can gain a few things from this.
With 3 games remaining, they'll be on the road for all 3 ball games, St. Henry, Elida, and then Bath. It's almost time to start thinking tournament trail.
Correct.
They've got to start, you want the momentum to head that direction. So a game like tonight, even though they lost, wouldn't benefit you going into tournament. But so the Rough Riders got to play well.
Right.
The
draw
final
should
3.
be next weekend,
correct.
I think. So, that's looking ahead. And OG's not in the district. They're in a different division. So, you're at this point in time, the league title is probably out of reach. You're playing for seeding and playing for good tournament draw.
So for the St. Mary's Lady Rough Riders, we say farewell to Morgan Hesse and Cora Rabel. They have played their last game here at Grand Lake Health System Court. Always a little sentimental as you play your last game here, but nonetheless, the Riders still have 3 games on the road remaining before they hit the tournament trail.
And we'd like to give our Rider Nation station good luck to Tatum Miller. Hopefully, her knee injury is not serious. As a senior, you never like to see anybody get injured, but hopefully it's not a serious thing for
our
her.
Next telecast will be this Saturday at 4 o'clock as the St. Mary's boys will host the Sydney Yellow Jackets here at Grand Lake Health Systems Court. That's going to wrap it up for Rider Nation Station for tonight's ball game. Once again, our final score. It was the Kenton Wildcats 42, the St. Mary's Lady Rough Riders, Kenton 44, the Lady Riders 42. In the JV contest, the St. Mary's won 46-25. For our entire Rider Nation Station crew, for my colleagues Kelly and Derek J., I'm Joe Hurlbert. Until next time, so long, everyone.
Thanks for watching another episode of Rider Nation Station. Help us help you by subscribing on YouTube or following us on Facebook.